The airport hummed with 1,000 stories, each one a journey, a beginning or an end. For me, it was supposed to be a beginning. I clutched my boarding pass, the paper crisp and full of promise. It was more than a ticket to a new country. It was a ticket to a new life. Beside me, Alex fumbled with his documents, his smile as bright as the fluorescent lights above us. We'd planned this for years, dreaming of waking up to a different sky, of building a future brick by brick together. Our bags were checked, our old lives packed away. All that stood between us and our dream was a single counter, a uniformed officer, and a stamp in a passport. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of excitement and nerves. I went through first, a quick scan, a smile, and the words, "Have a nice flight." Simple, easy. I waited on the other side, turning back to watch Alex, my smile ready for his. But his smile never came. The officer was shaking her head. There was a hushed, urgent conversation. I saw Alex's face fall, the color draining from it. He stepped back from the counter, walking towards me like a man in a daze. The world seemed to slow down. "My passport," he said, his voice a ghost of its usual self. "It's been flagged. Something about a system error. They won't let me through." The words didn't make sense. An error? We had checked everything 100 times. "What do you mean?" I asked, my own voice trembling. "They can fix it, right? We can just wait." He shook his head slowly, his eyes filled with a despair that mirrored the pit opening in my stomach. "They said it could take weeks, maybe months, to clear up. There's nothing they can do today." Weeks, months. The final boarding call for our flight echoed through the terminal, a cruel, metallic voice slicing through the haze of my disbelief. The plane was leaving. Our plane, the one carrying all our hopes. "Go," he whispered, pushing his ticket into my hand. "You have to go. We can't lose everything." I looked from his desperate face to the gate, where the last few passengers were disappearing down the jet bridge. Go, alone. The life we had envisioned wasn't a solo journey. It was a duet. Every plan, every dream, had a we and an us at its center. Leaving him behind felt like tearing a part of myself away. How could I step onto that plane, knowing he was left behind, stranded by a faceless system error? Tears streamed down my face as the gate agent called my name. "Last call for flight 742. Alex's hands were on my shoulders. "Go, please," he urged, his voice cracking. "I'll sort this out. I'll be on the next flight I can get. Don't throw this away for me. Live our dream until I can get there." My feet felt like lead, but somehow they moved. I walked towards the gate, each step an agony. I handed my boarding pass to the agent, my hand shaking so badly I could barely hold it. I didn't look back. I couldn't. If I saw his face one more time, I knew I would stay, and our dream would die right here on the cold floor of the terminal. As I stepped onto the plane, I found my seat by the window. The cabin was filled with the quiet murmur of settled passengers, people ready for their journey. But my journey felt like it had ended before it even began. I pressed my face against the cool glass, watching the ground crew scurry below. I half expected to see him, a lone figure watching me leave. But there was no one, just the vast, empty tarmac. The plane began to move, pushing back from the gate, and with it, pushing me into a future I had never imagined. A future that was suddenly, terrifyingly blank. I was on my way to our new life, but I was starting it completely alone. Thank you for watching.